Denmo.
The king of the north!
What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. Before doing anything, make sure you hit that like button if you're new here. I do brand new podcasts every single Monday, 1 p.m. EST. Today I'm joined by my good buddy that I just met 20 minutes ago.
Yeah.
Carlos Juico. Is it Juico or Juico?
Juico, that's how you pronounce it.
Juico.
It's weird. Nobody ever like pronounces it right. It's always Juico, whatever. It's Juico. That's how you pronounce it.
Juico, okay.
Yeah, I'm waiting for my GQ interview so I can just tell them it's Juico. That's how you say it.
Juico is nice though. You know, like that's not a bad name. Juico.
It's interesting, right? Nobody really has that.
O.J. Simpson used to go as Juice.
But the juice.
Yeah, the Juice.
Yeah, I'm too young for O.J. Simpson.
You don't remember that?
Nah, bro. I'm 2000.
Oh, I was a baby when he was, in court and all that.
Yeah.
I think my dad actually told me while my mom was giving birth to me, on the TV they had the I don't know if you know the story about OJ, but
yeah, he was like
the police chase.
Yeah.
So like my dad was, waiting for me to be born, but he was also looking at the fucking TV, because they had the footage of the Bronco ripping down the highway there with police chasing him. Yeah.
And then he was convicted, right?
Not really.
He got off free, right? He got off free?
Yeah, he was acquitted, bro. Yeah, because of the glove. Mm-hmm. But they fucked him in some other ways.
There's a theory
about OJ?
About OJ.
Okay.
No, about Khloe Kardashian.
Ooh.
How Khloe Kardashian might be OJ's daughter.
Whoa, I could see that.
Because they look the same.
Yeah, they do.
They look the same. And they're kind of connected because, wasn't it?
Rob Kardashian?
Rob Kardashian was the lawyer for OJ, right?
That's right.
So
there's another theory, actually, that OJ's lawyer, Robert, basically OJ fled the scene when police were going after him.
Yeah.
But he had a gym bag filled with like clothing that had like blood on it, evidence.
Shit.
And when OJ turned himself in, just before the police got to him, he was very like calm and like, hey guys, like I'm turning myself in, all professional. Lawyer was there, police were there, news reporters.
Damn.
He handed a bag with evidence to Robert Kardashian before he got.
Word.
Yeah.
Is this proven?
Well, apparently there's like photos of him passing a bag to Robert, and then we never know what was in the bag, but there was a lot of stuff that could have been in the bag, right?
Oh shit.
Yeah, so Robert allegedly destroyed or got evidence removed.
Damn.
That if they just busted OJ, like they would have had access to it.
Yeah. How big was OJ at the time? Because I didn't even.
Bro,
I have no idea. Because a
what I
lot of people
understand,
talk
he was
about him like a
huge, bro.
superstar, right?
So apparently he was like GOAT tier football player, just like unbelievable. And then he started to transition into acting. So he was in. You ever seen Naked Gun?
Nah, I heard of it though.
Bro, classic fucking movie.
Yeah.
Leslie Nelson. So he was like, he played a character in that. So he was just transitioning out of football. Now he was moving into Hollywood, and he was loved, right? And he was pretty big, bro.
Wow.
This happened in Hollywood too, like the murders.
Yeah.
There's actually another theory about what were we saying before? Kardashian.
Yeah. Khloe Kardashian.
Oh yeah, dude. The Trudeau is actually the son of Fidel Castro.
I said that in Jump for Jump.
Yeah. Dude.
Okay, look. Right when I dropped that, right when I dropped that episode, I put a TikTok up, right? The TikTok went viral. I think it's like 4 mil, something like that. And then a week later, what comes out? Bill C-67 or some shit. It's like the censorship of conspiracy, any content,
fake news.
Yeah, any fake news, whatever the government deems as like fake or it shouldn't be up.
Yeah.
They dropped that bill like the next week.
Dude.
That shit went viral. I'm telling you that TikTok went viral, and one of the things it says like any podcast clips or any like podcast
they got
video.
specific, eh?
They got specific on it. I was reading like the description. So I'm thinking
maybe you think Trudeau was scrolling his fucking For You feed?
Maybe.
And he's like, wait a second.
Maybe.
Dude, I mean, Fidel looks like Trudeau, bro.
He looks exactly like him. Like exactly.
Yeah, and Trudeau's mom used to go out and visit.
Yeah, so the theory was like they were known for being swingers, right?
His parents?
Yeah, they were known for being swingers. So, and they used to travel to Cuba for vacation or whatever.
Yeah.
And
That was the whatever.
yeah, that was the whatever.
Oh.
So them hanging out, because if you think about it, Canada at the time was one of the only countries that Cuba allowed in, right?
Yeah.
Because they had that connection.
And then there's the Cold War, so the states weren't letting anybody
Yeah.
jump back and forth.
Exactly. So it's like interesting. Like,
Cuba is known for its pig roasts too.
it's pig roast.
Yeah.
Yeah, Philippines too.
Really?
You have the lechon.
Buddy, I
You
was
ever had
looking-
lechon?
No.
No?
No, bro. I'd love to have some Choy. What do you say? It is?
Lechon.
Lechon?
Lechon.
Lechon.
Yeah.
Lechon. I've heard that word before, but not in the
Every time you
context
have a
of
Filipino
pork.
like fam jam, big ass pig roasted up,
Oh yeah.
and it's just like right on the table, huge. Instead of a turkey, because we don't have turkeys like that. We
No.
have the lechon.
You guys don't fuck with turkeys, eh?
Well, we do for Thanksgiving,
Yeah.
but regular fam jams we have the pig. That's like our shit.
Are there turkeys in Philippines?
I don't even
I'm
know.
sure they could survive there, bro.
I know they have like chickens and shit
Oh yeah.
for sure.
Dude, Philippines is really interesting. I was are you read up on World War II?
Kinda, yeah,
Okay, so you
Like-
know how like Japan got involved?
yeah.
Okay, so they were with the Axis powers and they bombed the fuck out of Pearl Harbor pretty much. And then
yeah.
the states were already ready to jump in. But yeah, Japan was on the fence about getting involved with the US, but what the deciding factor was that Japan wanted to take over a lot of smaller islands in Southeast Asia, but Philippines was in the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's Japan, there's the mainland China, and then Philippines is right next to mainland China. There's like a small space between where they would have to take all their Navy ships through in order to get to the islands they wanted to fuck with.
Word.
Problem was, Philippines was allied with the United States.
Yeah, yeah.
So if they tried anything, then Philippines would have been like, fuck all y'all. And they would have got cut off, right?
Did they get invaded by Japan?
Philippines?
Yeah.
At some point, they probably did, bro.
I think they did.
Yeah, I don't think the U.S. had that many guys there. But basically, if they invaded Philippines, they were like, well, you know, the U.S. is going to declare on us anyway,
Yeah.
since we're allied with them. So they just said, fuck it, we may as well get a sneak attack off on them. And that's when they bombed Pearl Harbor.
My great grandfather actually, he was a prize fighter boxer in the Philippines.
Whoa.
And he told, like, my dad told me all these stories how the American soldiers would go and try and fight him, and he would fight them for money.
Whoa.
Because they were really poor at the time, right? That family, they didn't have no business, whatever. So to make ends meet, he just went out and fought.
Nice.
And I think back and like, damn, because I trained boxing too.
Yeah.
Like, what if all of these things, they happen for a reason, and then it comes back to me in a way. It's almost like poetic. Like I take up boxing because he did.
So you're like the Filipino Rocky. That, I guess so, yeah. I think about that sometimes too. Like I have family members that served, and my neighbor in Caledonia, actually, where my parents live, he was a World War II pilot. So I mean,
That's sick.
yeah, he's like 99 years old, bro. Just
Wow.
barely hanging on because he's really old. But yeah, on my dad's side, my grandfather's brothers, they were in World War II. They
Yeah.
didn't do any cool boxing or anything, but they just went and served.
Yeah.
Back then, coolest thing you could do was go to war.
Oh yeah. That's like the story you
It's
want to
like,
bring back.
fuck yeah.
A lot of people, they just wanted to go for the story.
Yeah.
Like, all their friends were going.
My grandpa on my dad's side, his two biggest regrets were that he missed, well, I guess his one biggest regret, he missed both the wars. So when
Really? So that was his regret.
Yeah, so when World War II was, still sending in Canadians, he was like 14
Yeah.
or 15, and then it ended when he turned like 16. So he just missed that window.
Word.
So basically, like the kids in his high school that would have been like grade 12, they were able to go.
Yeah.
So a lot of the grade 12s are, I don't know how, I think it's like 17 or 18 you could go to war back then. They were missing. So everybody at school was just like, that's the coolest thing ever. Like you get to go to
Oh
war.
yeah, for sure. Do you think that would happen in today's society?
Oh, conscription
Like
at
let's
a
say,
young
let's say
age?
there's like a huge war, right? Like a world war. Everybody's in. Do you think it's gonna be to the point where like, okay, I'm gonna go because my friends went, or do you think it's different now? Because now we know what war is, right?
That's a good question, buddy. I got a couple angles on this. I've been
Yeah?
thinking about it. Number one, it's going to be China versus somebody.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
100%
We seen
China.
that like long time ago.
So they got 1 billion people. Okay. They also have a couple countries they basically own, right? North Korea, I would assume they own them because they're the only country that
I swear, China can survive by themselves. They don't need any outside like resources.
No, everybody's giving them
nothing.
their money to
Yeah.
manufacture shit.
That's how big they are.
And they don't give a fuck about the environment, bro.
Word, yeah.
Yeah, so they were able to just have like factories on factories on factories. Yeah, so it's China versus somebody, and you got to think, okay, well, who would it be? China versus probably United States, probably Commonwealth. So you got, you know, European Union. You got North America. South American, I figure, would probably ally with North America too.
Yeah, probably.
But, you know, they have some bones to pick, but they'd probably come together.
Yeah.
Africa, that's tough because Africa is actually getting most of its loans to build infrastructure from China.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Damn, this is like history class.
Yeah. So China is basically, you know, buying Africa slowly. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, because all those resources, right?
Yeah. Like, how did China become so powerful like that? Like, how did any country become that powerful, you know?
Dude, it's very interesting because the more you look at it, right, like every country's kind of had a similar origin story. They just come in, kill everybody that doesn't bend the knee.
Yeah.
Right? Like the Mongolians, they were brutes. You know, Chinese, at one point, they were savages too. Africa, I mean, North America too. The thing is, you know, America gets a lot of flack because they did it more recent than other countries. But like, dude, every country's been built on just blood.
Yeah. Yo, I always think like it's crazy how would you make your own country? Like if you wanted to make your own country, you couldn't.
Jeffrey Epstein did.
Oh yeah, I guess so.
And they killed him for it.
Oh yeah, that's true.
That's the Epstein theory. No, I have no idea, man. That's a good question. I think that'd be a good Mr. Beast video. I made my own country, you know?
Like how do you make a country?
Well, bro, Elon Musk could technically decide Mars is his country.
Really?
I mean, if he goes there, he builds a city or a giant greenhouse on it. Who's to say it's not his?
That's true because nobody else is up there.
Yeah.
Right?
And he's backed by America.
Are you gonna go to Mars?
I don't know, bro.
I think I might want to go still. Like if the world is terrible condition.
Oh, in
like
that
it's over and
circumstance.
shit?
Gotcha. Yeah, what's that?
Okay, would you want to stay on Earth
Yeah.
while it's like falling apart with everybody, or would you want to move to Mars and then live on your own, but
What's
like
the catch?
survive longer?
What's the catch? Like 60% chance I die on the way to Mars? Like what's the...
No, the catch is like it's unknown ground, fam. It's unknown.
But we have videos and shit. We could like take a look. Look, bro, if there's like water parks and jungles on
No,
Mars,
but it's
I'm
like
going there.
I guess so. Yeah, that's true.
If it's a giant greenhouse and they're like, hey, we'll give you a plot of fucking dirt if you come here. I
Yo,
don't
you're
know,
gonna be
bro.
living like quarantine though. Like
Yo,
it's
that's
just
what I
gonna be
mean.
indoors,
Yo,
everything.
Yeah, fuck that.
Yeah.
But there's that Matt Damon movie where they got the giant circle. You seen that?
Oh yeah,
Elysium?
Martian, right?
Is it Martian?
I think so.
Something like that. But
The
it looks
one man
pretty
on
good there.
Mars.
Looks nice there.
Yeah.
But Earth looks like a fucking dump.
I think that's where we're headed, bro.
Earth looks like District 8, bro.
Yeah.
Or District 9. Remember that movie, South Africa? Where they had the robots?
Oh
and
yeah,
shit?
well, no, the aliens came back, or like
Yeah.
they came down to Earth.
Bro, World War 3.
Yeah.
Hypothetically. Because you're saying, like, what do you think would happen? I think that obviously every country would want to avoid pressing buttons. Because
Yeah,
the
that's
whole world
for-
would explode.
That's why I don't think there's gonna be another war because of that. Just because of like every.
I think there will be, buddy.
You think there will be?
It'll be different, though. It'll start with...
You think it'd be like a truce, like you don't touch no
yeah,
nukes?
there'll be like a no nuke rule. And the only two people you got to worry about are Russia and the United States.
Yeah.
I feel like China would... You know, China's the puppet master. They're kind of probably baiting another country into starting a war with them. You know, they're ready. That's another thing. Russia, too. That's the X factor. Because Russia and the United States and China, those are the three powerheads. And we don't know where Russia stands, you know?
It's gonna be tough, bro. Like I don't want to see a war.
I don't want to see a war either, bro.
I don't want to see that shit, bro.
It'd be a nasty one because if they... Let's say they agree to a truce, no nukes. Right?
Yeah.
Well, then what reason would they have to invade? Well, for resources. Fresh water. You know,
Canada has the most fresh water in the world.
That's right. But we're allied with the United States, who's the #1 military power in the world. Well, it's debate if whether it's China or the U.S. They're very close now,
Yeah.
which is pretty sketch.
Yeah. Conspiracy there.
So we got the water. Africa's got a shitload of resources, and they have water of their own, but they have 1 billion people. Canada has 38 million. Even with the United States, we still have less than 500 million people. So we got more water than we know what to do with.
Damn.
China doesn't.
You ever hear that conspiracy how like every country wants to come together to create like one world government?
Oh, New World Order?
Yeah, like the Illuminati type shit. You heard about this?
Yeah, I've heard that.
So there's this crazy theory, right? And it's it was first came up by one of the popes at the time, super long time ago.
So it's somewhere in Italy, eh?
Yeah, and pretty much he came up with this idea. They said this, that the only way for the world to come together is for an outside threat.
Oh, yeah, like the famous,
threat.
I believe it was JFK.
Was it him?
Yeah, how close would we all come together if an alien force attacked our planet?
Yeah.
All of a sudden, everybody be like, yo, like...
Yeah, I guess he said it too, but like this dated back a long time ago too.
Oh, okay.
And they knew this for a long time. So there's this conspiracy that
Yep.
they've been planning for so many years that they want to fake an alien invasion and bring the whole world together.
Whoa. What if they do that to get people off of Earth?
To get off of Earth, why?
Yeah. So like, guys, look, aliens are coming for Earth.
Yeah.
So you all got to go to Mars, get everybody off of Earth. And then all of a sudden, climate change goes down, ice caps start melting. And now Earth is only like, you know, a couple 100 million people. And all the fucking degenerates and poor people, they send off to Mars. And then they fuck off.
Damn, that'd be crazy though.
That'd be an interesting counter conspiracy, bro.
Do you think aliens are real though?
Oh, yeah.
You think they're real?
Of course I do.
Do you think they would hide real aliens? Is it more likely they hide real aliens or that they would fake aliens?
You mean like the government would fake aliens? Well, the aliens that do exist, they know about us. They're watching us, you know. And I think that the government probably knows, like the highest levels. It's very obvious, right? Because we have an infinite universe.
Yeah,
right.
For sure. No, there has to be something. There has to be something.
So they're probably aware of it, but it's kind of like an asteroid. Could come in 100 million years. Could come tomorrow.
Oh, yo, you heard that? You heard that thing? How there's like an asteroid coming in 2029? They're making a movie about it with Leonardo DiCaprio.
Really?
I think it's called.
Leo signed on to that shit.
It's called. Fuck. Don't Look Up. It's called Don't Look Up.
Interesting.
It's with Jennifer Lawrence, Leonardo DiCaprio, and it says it's based on a true story that hasn't happened yet.
Whoa.
So like all
That's
of these
a great disclaimer. I'm
Yeah,
gonna put that at the beginning of every podcast.
no, but what it is, right?
Yeah.
It's like they found all this research about this meteor coming to crash into Earth, but it's going to crash in 2029, right? So they're trying to tell all these people about it, like inform people to get like backing onto it so they can stop it. And I think there's like a 2.5% chance that it's gonna hit the Earth, which is very high.
Oh,
that's
dude.
like fucking high.
For something as serious as that, yeah, that's fucking major, man. Fuck.
And I think it's the size, like the meteor's supposed to be the size of Mount Everest, some shit like that.
Oh, dude, the meteor that fucked us up millions of years ago was smaller than that, bro.
Really?
Oh, yeah. I think it was only like a kilometer or two thick. I mean, that's pretty big.
Yeah.
But, like, you'd think it would be like the size of Toronto or something.
Yeah.
But it doesn't need to be big, man. It's that impact, bro.
Yeah. Like,
That's classic Leo, though. Like, his social media is all just like save the whales and you know that. So
I know the fact that he's part of that movie makes me wonder, right?
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
There's got to be some truth there.
The only headline I saw about that, I didn't even know what the name of the movie was or the premise. All I saw was an article about like they were asking Jennifer Lawrence, "What do you think about Leo getting paid more than you to star in the movie?"
Oh wow!
So instantly they ruined it with feminism. They're like,
Yeah.
"Yo, let's just compare men and women and why Leo gets paid more."
Damn, what the fuck? Why?
Because he's Leo, bro. Like he's been a star for fucking 25 years. Like just do the math on the box office.
I don't think he's been in anything bad.
No, he's the only guy, bro.
Yeah, he's never had one bad movie.
No.
There's no other person like that.
Yeah, I was thinking about it actually. I was gonna say Brad Pitt is
He had
he's
some
close to that,
shit
but back in the
movies.
'90s he had some stinkers. Bro.
Yeah.
Robert De Niro, he did like Meet the Fockers, which was comedy.
That was fire though. You didn't like that?
I mean, for him,
Oh, I guess
Bad
so, I
Grandpa
guess so,
was
yeah.
pretty shit too. Bad
Oh, yeah,
Grandpa
that was
sucked.
pretty shit.
Yeah, Meet the
But-
Fockers was pretty good.
Besides Leo, I think the only other person. Would you say Will Smith had some shit movies too?
Yeah, Will Smith had a fucking Wild West or whatever. That movie
Wild West.
sucked,
Yo, did you
bro.
know Will Smith gave up The Matrix for Wild Wild West?
Yeah, I do.
That's fucked.
That fucking sucks, bro. There's a couple of things like that. That's probably the best example though,
Yeah.
because Keanu Reeves, he signed on and he took a hit on pay, but he's like, just give me a percentage of the revenue. And then, dude, for the whole series.
Yeah.
And the whole series just banged it out of the park, right?
And the new one's coming out, right?
Yeah. Oh, dude. It's one of the few movies I'm looking forward to coming out. The Bond movie. Did you see that yet?
Oh yeah, I watched that. That was
Dude,
crazy.
Shit was emotional, man.
That shit was crazy.
Spoiler. Fuck.
I know. Oh my god,
Man.
Well, do you think they're gonna continue it? But nah, they can't.
Dude.
They need a new Bond then.
They need a new Bond. Me and my
Spoiler
buddy,
alert.
bro. Yeah, spoiler alert. We were thinking about it. So we left the theater.
Yeah.
And we were talking about it. And I was like, yo, dude, let's Google it. He types in who is, and it just puts the next Bond automatically.
Yeah.
Like the phone knew what we were talking about.
That shit happens, bro.
Yeah.
That shit happens. Even like you know when you have the GPS on.
Yeah.
Sometimes when I'm out and then I pull out my phone, it says, okay, 15 minutes to get to home or 15 minutes to get to the gym. I'm like, how does it know I'm gonna go there? Like it knows my fucking.
It's trying to think for you, eh?
Yeah, it knows my routine.
Damn.
On any day. So let's say the Saturday I go to the gym, it knows, bro.
Oh.
It's
Probably
getting
it's probably a
scary.
probability thing, right? It's like, well, 80% of the Saturdays in the last 3 months, Carlos has gone this route. which
Yeah,
means
but
he's gone
isn't it fucked that like they calculate that shit though?
Oh, yeah. Well, they've done it to serve us, right?
Yeah.
There's the old saying, like, if a product is free, then you are the product.
Yeah, I heard
Right?
that
So
one.
Facebook, Maps, Twitter, all that shit.
It's scary because it's only gonna get worse.
Yeah.
Like we're gonna lose more and more of our personal space. You
When
know,
you're talking about the New World Order or whatever, like now would be a good time for them to start rolling that shit out. Because
There's-
they've already got a lot of conformity.
That's the whole theory with COVID.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
the whole
dude.
thing.
Think about it. Death by 1,000 concessions,
Fuck.
1,000 paper cuts or whatever.
Yeah. Do you think COVID is like? You want to talk about that?
Oh, we can go down the rabbit hole, buddy. What do you think?
That's
about
like
COVID?
the big rabbit hole.
I know. It's fucking tough, dude.
Like I'm not anti-vax. I'm vaxxed. I'm fully vaxxed.
Yeah, I'm pro-choice.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that people should be able to decide. I think that when you start restricting people's freedoms based on something like that.
Yeah, and anything that's fucked. Like you should have the choice whether or not to do it. There should never be like no government mandate. But in my opinion, like let's say there was a new world order, right? Let's say there's all these elites that want to put us in a box. My theory is they're gonna keep the sheep and then kill the wolves. That's my theory.
Ooh.
So
Interesting.
So instead of being a wolf and being out there as a wolf, like I'm against this, blah blah blah. Now you're a target.
Yeah.
So you got to be a wolf in sheep's clothing.
That's a law of power, buddy.
Exactly.
Fucking strike the shepherd and the sheep will scatter. Yeah.
Yeah.
So they're just going to slowly take out people like that. Nuke them.
Cause okay, let's say because a lot of people say, oh, the vaccines for mass like whatever, killing, whatever, genocide, whatever.
Yeah.
But realistically, you think they're gonna kill the whole population? No.
Well, no, not like that.
And they wouldn't want to kill the sheep if they're the people that listen. You know what I mean?
What's the thing?
Let's say you're a king, and then you're looking at like all your peasants, like which ones I want to keep. You're only gonna keep the ones that listen.
That's true.
Right?
That's like how dogs are bred.
Exactly.
The dog that bites gets killed, and then through generations and generations, all the dogs born are just nice little puppies.
Yo, yeah, that's so true.
Just beat us into submission, eh?
Yeah,
Dude, they could do that.
they evolve into like this obedient thing.
Well, that's why it's a good thing we have so many different countries, because each country is different. I know in Asia, some countries, if you get caught with weed at the airport, you get sentenced to death.
No way.
Yeah, bro. Dude, certain countries are so strict on drugs, man.
Oh shit.
Yeah, if you get caught with blow in your suitcase here, you're looking at probably, I don't know, if they don't think you're distributing it, they're probably gonna throw you in the can for like 5 to 10 years. If you're smuggling it, 25 plus.
That's fuck.
But
I did not know that.
Over there, dude, like a little spliff joint. Yeah.
What the fuck?
Dude, Russia, they still like beat up and kill gay people, allegedly.
Yeah. Well, what
Low-key.
do you think was the push to make everything legal, or like at least weed legal here?
To make weed legal?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't
Like,
know.
well, what do you think was the big catalyst? Like, oh, okay, I guess it's cool now.
I
For a long time, right? For a long time was
the reason weed was made illegal in the first place was the whole paper mill industry. You know about that?
No, what's that?
Bro, okay. So back
Inform
in
me.
the 1900s, there was a huge conglomerate company that owned newspapers, right? And newspapers are printed on paper, lumber, just wood turned into paper.
Yeah.
But hemp was apparently like going to blow them out of the water because it was way more sturdy, way more affordable. They could grow it way easier, and they didn't have to cut down trees.
Wow.
So hemp would have been a very good alternative, and it would have been way cheaper. It would have been like going from, you know, an iPhone from a vinyl player.
Yeah.
Basically, though, the guy that was running this huge conglomerate company was able to lobby the government and be like, hey, marijuana is super dangerous. So, you know, weed should be totally abolished, and that way hemp never comes in.
Oh shit! So it's like kind of holding it back in a sense.
Yeah. So basically, when they made weed illegal, hemp became illegal by default, right? And then there's this huge effort into propaganda that said that marijuana was super harmful to people, and because of that, it was completely outlawed, right?
Yeah. That's so crazy to me how like they can put such a big stigma on it, even just like psychedelics in general.
Well, this was the 50s, or probably earlier than that, bro. I mean, think about cigarettes, bro. Doctors used to fucking be like, yeah, cigarettes are good. Like, these ones are good
for you. Yeah. It was like commercials and shit. That's fucked.
Nobody knew, bro.
That's so fucked.
What's crazy is in the 90s, you could still smoke on planes, bro. Like, my dad told me, he'd be making flights. Some people just smoke on planes.
Damn. The times change. How the times change.
Bars, too. I'm pretty sure. I think that only recently stopped, like 10 years ago.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Certain parts of the world. Like Canada, it's probably been longer. We're pretty progressive like that.
I think the next one, though, is legalization of all psychedelics. Or
I'd like
at
that.
least, like, DMT, psilocybin.
Psilocybin, I'd say, would be first. DMT's a bit unpredictable.
I think LSD, too. I think all of these things eventually is going to become more and more studied and more or less, like, taboo. Taboo.
Mushrooms are the next marijuana. Like, marijuana's become legal. Mushrooms are next. I think LSD and acid are gonna be a little tricky. DMT too, ayahuasca.
Yeah, that's gonna be tricky. But for me, because I look at it like this, right? If it's such a natural thing, like it grows. Okay, look at DMT. DMT is a chemical we make in our brain.
Yeah.
Like it's not. They obviously synthesize it, like they make it into a powder, or whatever. But how do you ban or how do you make DMT illegal if it's in all of us? If it's in the plant? If it's in the grass?
Interesting.
Right?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure every single mammal creates DMT in their pineal gland.
Potentially. Actually, mushrooms grow out of cow shit too, eh?
Yeah, that there's a theory why the reason, you know, in Hinduism, they have cows that are sacred, right?
Yeah, they respect the cows there.
Yeah, they praise the cow. And the theory is like the reason they do that is because it's so sacred. When long time ago, when they saw these mushrooms come out, and they go on those psychedelic experiences, those very spiritual experiences, they look at the cow and like, they made that.
Whoa. You know the pig theory, eh?
What's the pig theory?
Why certain religions don't eat pigs?
No, what's that one?
Pigs are closest in taste to humans.
No way. That's
Yeah.
why?
Yeah, so human meat is closest in consistency, taste, and flavor to pig meat.
What the? I didn't know that.
Yeah, so it's like out of sign of respect for anti-cannibalism, I suppose, they don't eat pig.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know they're like smart as fuck too. Like they're
Pigs?
smarter than dogs.
Yeah, pigs are pretty smart, bro.
But we don't treat them like that.
No, we just kill them and eat them.
Yeah.
You know what's that's funny too, eh? Because if we start doing that to dogs, people would lose their fucking
I
minds,
know.
bro.
You know what it is? It's just the fucking marketing. Like dogs got the better marketing
Dogs
side.
have great marketing, bro.
better PR team.
Dogs have a sick publicist, bro.
Yeah.
Cats, nobody gives a fuck about. Because cats are evil, bro. Low key.
Why do you think people don't care about cats though?
Well, Carlos, if you died and you had a pet dog and you were locked in the house, that dog would lay next to you. He would eat bark, try to escape. He'd eat whatever you had in your house.
Yeah.
But he would sit next to you and he would starve to death with you. Because we've
That's true.
trained them for years to be man's best friend. If it was a wolf, he'd rip you apart.
Yeah.
Cats, we've been very unsuccessful with training them. We haven't been able to breed them to that same form of compliance as we have dogs. So there's still enough wild in them.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
They don't give a fuck, right?
They don't give a fuck.
Basically, they've done studies on like when they find a dead person in a house and whether they have a dog or a cat, the state of the body. So they found bodies of people that had pet cats and their eyeballs were gone, their lips were gone, their nose was gone. Like any easily
what the
eatable
fuck?
flesh, the cats will eat.
Like they were starving for that long. They ate
Yeah,
it.
yeah, they start feeding on the human.
That's fuck.
Yeah.
But why do you think the ancient Egyptians praised cats though? Why do you think they were so sacred to
I don't know,
them?
maybe out of admiration, right? Lions are pretty fucking cool. Like the
Yeah.
Sphinx it's a human head on a lion, right? There's a lot of symbolism. They didn't have dogs there either, did they?
No, I think they did.
Egyptians had dogs?
I'm pretty sure because they have like the Anubis. Anubis is a dog.
Yeah,
right?
Anubis is a dog.
Yeah.
Damn. It's like a fox looking thing.
Yo, but honestly, all of these like hieroglyphics, they could mean something completely different. Like, what if it's just like comedy for them, you know?
Yo, that's true.
Like,
Imagine they just
fucking
decide to
put
troll us.
a cat's face on a human.
Oh, yeah, I've thought about that, man. There's when you go down the rabbit hole of like ancient structures, like the pyramids, for example.
Yeah.
You can go on about days for those. But what I find more interesting is that there were certain civilizations that purposely decided, you know what? Okay, you know how like in World War II they wanted to eradicate Jewish people?
Yeah.
Not only did they want to kill them all, but like all the libraries, all the information, all the structures, they wanted to totally erase from history that the Jewish people ever existed. Yeah.
Ah, shit.
They didn't make it that far, thankfully.
Yeah.
But in South America, you know, when you got like Aztecs and Incas and all these tribes, we're talking, you know, sword and spear days. If they wipe out a whole village, they could pretty much just topple their structures, right?
Yeah.
So in South America, they actually got to a point where they would tear down structures, bury them. So recently we've gotten access to, what's it called? Infrared or...
LiDAR, yeah.
LiDAR, yeah.
And they can see all that shit now.
See the shit underground. So they're finding temples right now, underground temples that other civilizations buried so that nobody in history would ever find them.
Damn.
Basically the ultimate fuck you to a civilization. Not only did we kill you all, but nobody will know you even existed.
That's fuck.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
And just imagine what the future is gonna be for us. Like, I'm talking like thousands of years.
Oh, dude, yeah. Because
ahead.
there's a show on history. It's like Life After Humans.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, it's like hypothetical. The whole show is hypothetically, pretty much.
Yeah.
And it's like, what would happen if humans left Earth? Like, what animal would take over?
What animal would take over?
That's a good question. I've been thinking about that. I don't think they made it that far. Dogs would do really good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because
Yeah, I
dogs
guess
just dominate
dogs.
cities. There's
Or
no
bears or some shit.
bears would do good too.
Right.
But as far as so in the show though, basically it would show like, okay, like so here's all the buildings. Here's the ones that would fall. You know, like the churches, the Leaning Tower of Pisa, all that shit would topple. Most houses would topple. There's certain buildings that are built so strong that they wouldn't fall. And if there was another ice age, like let's say a 2-kilometer thick sheet of ice came, it would pretty much crush everything.
Oh shit.
Yeah, but certain things would withstand, right? Like the U.S., they have Navy bases built into the side of mountains.
Yeah.
You know the mountains with the presidents built into it?
Mount Rushmore?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That shit would last, bro.
Really?
Yeah, but most stuff would just get destroyed, man.
Yeah.
And you got to think, 1,000,000 years go by. You know, what's actually left?
Yeah, fuck. Probably it's gonna be like Planet of the Apes, bro. It's gonna be just like the monkeys in the zoos. They're gonna escape somehow. They'll be the last mammals alive.
I think would be monkeys.
Right?
Yeah. Because that's where we came from, bro.
And they're just gonna restart all over again.
Yeah.
It's gonna be the same shit. It's gonna be the same shit. And then it just restarts.
Bro, that's like, I feel like we go through a cycle. Like we create great things and then we destroy everything.
Yeah.
And then we have to go back to square one, you know?
What do you think our final form is? Do you think we're gonna all be cyborgs at the end of the day, or at the end of?
The sun's got a lot of fuel. It's got like 30 million years of fuel, apparently. Assuming we don't get hit by any comets. Earth's fate, humans' fate.
Yeah.
We're definitely gonna go to other planets. Our bodies are gonna continuously change, right? You know, we're gonna have way bigger eyeballs, bigger brains, probably smaller, skinnier bodies.
I heard that if there were super smart aliens, they would be really frail because they're so smart.
Yeah.
Like if you take like a really muscular person compared to like a really, really skinny person, I think their brain capacity is like different. That's what they're saying.
It's true. Who's the smartest jacked guy in the world?
Smartest jack guy in the world.
Yeah.
Fuck, I don't even know.
Just a big muscle head that's also really intelligent.
Probably like a UFC fighter.
I don't know about that.
Huh? You don't think so?
You know what? Daniel Cormier is pretty smart. And
Daniel Cormier is smart.
he's a big, thick boy.
Depending on their fight style, at least.
Actually, you know what? No, not DC. Well, you know what? Neil deGrasse Tyson, he used to be jacked.
Really?
Yeah. He used
Shit.
to wrestle in college.
Damn.
He's fucking juicy.
That guy's smart as fuck.
Yeah. But every other smart guy is like, you know, built like this fucking microphone. You know?
Yeah, that's
like
true.
Carl
that's true.
Sagan,
Yeah, like Stephen
Elon
Hawking.
Musk, Bill Gates.
Yeah, Bill Gates. Yeah,
Yeah. Who
Bill
else
Gates
is really
a frail guy.
Yeah, man. Jeff Bezos is getting thick, though. He's on the HGH
Nah,
and shit.
this guy's real life Lex Luthor.
Yeah, but he was smart first, then he got jacked.
Oh yeah.
Nobody comes out jacked and then gets smart.
Because I think they don't have time.
No.
If you're that smart, then you're smart enough to know like there's other things to do.
Well, they have a different mating strategy, right?
True.
You know? Like their reproductive strategy is to acquire wealth and status.
Then you become like a beta
Yeah.
provider.
See, they go through the cycle, bro.
Yeah.
Who's the richest guy that still fucks different chicks all the time?
Dan Bilzerian.
No, he doesn't have money.
You don't think so?
No, he's got stuff, but I'm talking like Bill Gates wealth, bro.
Oh,
We're talking
okay.
multi-billions, not. I mean,
Okay, we probably wouldn't
100 mil is
know.
no joke, obviously, but
We probably wouldn't know. I feel like the richest people in the world, we won't even know. Like you don't even hear their name.
I know who it is, bro.
Who?
Putin.
Oh shit.
Putin owns every business in Russia. That's a conspiracy.
Really?
Yeah, he kills anybody that speaks out against him. You know, suicides them, like their electric car, computer, cause them to veer off the highway or whatever.
Damn.
He owns a percentage of every business. Anybody that tries to get anywhere close to him, power-wise, he just fucking Robert Greene's their ass. Reporters get thrown in jail.
Yeah.
And he's former KGB. He's got a lot of judo training. He's jacked. He's a littler dude, but I'm pretty sure he's got like multiple Russian thoughts just at his disposal.
Sure.
Dude. Yeah, because it's a dictatorship, low key.
For sure.
Low key.
Yeah. I feel like any dictator has that.
Yeah.
I bet Fidel Castro had that.
Yeah, that's true. Yo, Fidel probably fucked a lot of birds, man.
That's what I'm saying. If the rumor was he fucked Trudeau's
Bro. Yo,
don't come for me.
Fidel had a whole island dedicated to just pumping birds.
Do you ever get scared like you're gonna say something crazy that later on people might come for you?
Not really. I've already done it.
Like at least conspiracies.
Oh, conspiracies?
Because my whole niche is conspiracy, right?
Yeah, it's true.
Like I talk about conspiracies, just like crazy things. Sometimes they have a little bit of truth to it. That's why it's like a little bit iffy.
I was thinking about that, yeah, because I used to have like the same conversations you have all the time with my buddies, but I never thought there'd be a market for it. I never thought other people would think about it. I feel like people would just be like, "Oh, this dude's high. He's telling me about."
Yo, honestly, I'm completely sober.
Yeah, well, dude, that's the thing. People think I'm high just because I'm like, "Yo, dude, you didn't hear about how ancestral primates, when they crossed the rivers, they needed grip, so their toes got pruny, so that they had grip on slippery rocks."
Oh shit, that's why?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah, so
That makes
I'd
sense.
tell
That makes
people that,
sense.
and they'd be like, "Yo, did you see the Leafs game?" And I'd be like, "Fuck."
Holy shit, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So when we spend too much time in water, it gets pruny, so it grips
So
like
we
a
have
shoe.
grip, bro. If we didn't get pruny, we'd slip off of
It's
fucking
like the
everything.
bottom of a shoe. Like
Tread.
yeah, tread.
That's right, bro.
Oh shit.
Nikes were actually based off of, the design of a waffle maker too, like with the spaces.
Oh really?
Yeah, the grip, the tread on the one side, right?
Oh yeah.
Just
I
like
guess
tires,
so.
kind of.
Yeah.
I was wondering too about you because you know all these like weird abstract facts, and like when I look them up, they're usually titled like conspiracy or idea, like sometimes theory.
Yeah.
But you have all these facts, but I don't know where you get them. Like, is
Bro,
there like
honestly,
a theory.com?
Nah, like we have a Discord.
Oh.
I have a Discord, Jumpers Jump Discord. If you want to join that shit.
Oh, dude, I'm on Discord too. Actually, you know what? I just started one. So, guys, join my Discord.
Yeah,
as well.
Honestly,
Check them out.
Discord is one of the best things you can have, having your own community, because then that's what your fans want to see. You know what I mean, they give you ideas, they give you content, they give you conspiracy theories to talk about.
Yeah,
and it's like the best like close knit relationship you can have with a consumer or like a viewer.
True. Yeah, I just got into Discord recently because my buddies, they all game on it. Yeah. Before I would just be like, guys, like, let me know what you want to see in the comments below. So it'll all just be YouTube comments because I don't have Snapchat. I don't use Twitter at all. So it was all just YouTube. But yeah, there's some gems in there. Like some of the best ideas come from the fucking comments, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, Discord,
exactly.
that's exactly why. So they send you theories.
Yeah, they send me theories. Or sometimes I just like scroll through TikTok, I see something and I dive deeper. Like I'll see something and I'll damn, that one went viral. Okay, let me see. I look into it more. How can I switch it up? How can I put my own thought into it?
Oh, like your own TikTok goes viral and you're like, yo, how can I improve it?
No, I look at somebody else's too.
Oh.
So let's say somebody does a theory on, let's say like Christmas, right?
So there's other theories out there.
Yeah, there's people that do make
I don't use
conspiracy.
TikTok really.
Nah?
So yeah, I haven't hit that part of the algorithm. I just use it to like post shit.
Word.
Yeah.
So
I'm pure.
So when TikTok first came out,
Yeah.
deadass, I was one of the first podcasts on TikTok. Like
Yeah.
one of the first. Like nobody was really posting podcast TikToks like that.
True.
And
Yeah,
nobody
your production style's sick.
it's whatever.
Well,
It's chill.
it's very simple, right? Like
Yeah.
while you talk, you put a graphic up of what you're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
So, when I have my guys editing clips for this, I'm like, yo, guys, when we talk about something, put the graphic up now.
Yeah.
From seeing yours, because it's such a digestible way to consume, right?
Yeah, and it's a good way because if you're on TikTok, you're not trying to watch like super long content. You just want it super quick.
Yeah.
But if you want to get into these like conspiracies and shit, that's a perfect way to do it, is in those like little one segment. Okay, this is what the theory is.
So you've gotten good at telling them in that 1 minute frame, eh?
Yeah.
Perfect.
That's kind of like my bread and butter.
Yeah, it's true.
And then that shit just goes viral like milli every time.
Videos go so viral for no reason, man. Like I'm a YouTuber primarily, and my other TikToks had like 1 million something followers.
Yeah.
And it was just pranks and stuff. So they would go viral for different reasons. But I was like, oh, it's a prank, whatever. But on the podcast one, it's a lot different. Like it's very hit or miss. But the ones that go viral are the ones people disagree about.
Really?
They argue in the comments.
That's why they go viral, because of controversy.
Yeah, because people are still commenting.
Yeah.
Like right now, as we're doing this, there's hundreds of people arguing about something super stupid. Even though
for real.
the clip keeps playing.
Yeah.
And they're just like, yeah, well, fuck you, motherfucker.
If you can get like your audience to fight each other in the comments, that's just gonna boost up your algorithm like
dude, I
crazy.
It's called trolling. We did one. So one of the ones that went viral, there's a guy that I had on, and he's a rock star. So he tours with a rock band.
Yes.
And they went to the States. And I was like, yo, so what was the tour like? He's like, dude, as soon as I crossed the United States border, it was like, wow, this is awesome. It feels free. There's no masks or anything. And I was like, yeah, they know what's up. And then cut it right there. Just like that 15-second polarizing statement. And then put the title, Canada sucks right now. And then there's pictures. Everybody in the comments was like, yeah, this place has gone to shit. And then someone's like, well, why don't you leave? And the next thing you know, like, there's 5,000 comments. People are arguing, bro. So
I think that's why conspiracy theories work so well.
Yeah.
It's because people want to like put their own opinion onto it, whether it was real or not, or whether they have any other clues to look into.
yeah.
And then it becomes this whole big thing. And that's why they always go viral. Like, I did this one theory, right? And it sucks because going back to what I said, like, if I ever say something that I think somebody might hate me for, like, come back and try and get me for, knock on wood, like, hopefully that never happens.
So this is like presidential, eh?
Yeah, but I made this theory about Drake.
Really? Okay.
I made this theory about Drake, right? And I kind of regret it because I don't want no smoke with Drake, because Drake's a GOAT. He's like the king of the city. I don't want to put no disrespect on him. But I did have the theory, and I did want to like say it, right?
What was the theory?
So here's the theory. My theory was Drake bought all of the unreleased Michael Jackson music and turned it into his own songs.
Oh.
So listen, when was the last time we ever heard Michael Jackson?
The 90s. Actually, you know what?
No.
Early 2000s when they needed money.
No, on Scorpion. He featured on Drake's song in Scorpion.
Oh, like a posthumous feature?
Yeah, that was the last song we ever heard Michael Jackson.
Wait, was that AI generated?
No, that was like unreleased Michael Jackson.
It was just like a loop of his voice.
No, it was a song that had
like the beat.
that he like, I guess, finished half of it or whatever. But it was on Drake's album.
Yeah, I could see him doing that.
So like, I had this theory, right? And then I said it. That shit went fucking viral.
Yeah.
But I really don't want no smoke with Drake, and I feel bad like if Drake sees it and then he sees me as like, oh fuck, look at this kid.
But musicians buy beats all the time, don't they?
Yeah.
It's not like you plagiarized it.
But I kind of said like, yo, what if like his other songs?
Oh.
That was my theory. What if his other songs are these unreleased Michael Jackson?
Right.
That's why he always goes to the top, because he always makes timeless music, like the melodies at least.
Like what part of Drake's success is because of the sick ass beats that were made by Michael Jackson,
or even the melodies.
Yeah,
or even the melodies, right? Because look, think about a melody like "Happy Birthday," whatever, right?
Yeah,
just that sound wave, whatever, that rhythm, it hits your brain receptors in a way to make it go, damn, that's a really good song. I want to listen to it more. If you take that, just put in the different lyrics, and then
it could be.
Right?
But I feel like Drake would probably have a handler that does that for him.
Who knows?
He's like a drug dealer. He's like, I don't want to know where you got it from. Just get it to me.
Yeah.
You know?
Yo, but I heard this crazy thing too. How I don't know. Drake does this. I don't know if he does this, but apparently the big music industry, what they do, they have this whole fucking like this building, right? And they'd have different studios, and each studio is a different sound. And you have like an artist, an underground artist.
Yeah.
They make tracks. And then there's this like head office in the middle. Everybody makes a song. Let's say 6 songs here, 6 songs here, 6 songs here. Bring it all to this main office, and they go through like, okay, let's listen to this. Different voice, not even the same rapper. Listen, okay, maybe we'll keep this one, maybe we'll keep this one.
Oh, like redistribute it to an artist that would be more suitable?
So they have this collection of all these tracks now, and then like, okay, maybe we should make it. Maybe we should do it on our own now. So they let's say you have who's Ariana Grande.
Yeah.
Let's say her, right? They have all of these random tracks made by like underground low key artists. And she's like, okay, I like this one, I like this one, I like this one. Now she has her whole album complete.
Oh.
All she has to do is put her own voice.
Bro. See, there's a lot of instances like that in history, bro.
Right?
Yeah. Fucking Sinatra used to do that.
Yeah. Because who's to say like we would never know.
No.
That you can't blame anybody either, because that's how you would get it done.
It's a shady fucking business, man.
Yeah.
You know, it would suck to be like, a lot of these guys sell their stuff, right? You know, I know in Sinatra's case, he'd be like, okay, like this is fire. You know, it's the greatest achievement of your career, obviously, to have me perform your song.
Yeah.
But I'm going to pay you a flat fee, and I get the copyright to it.
Exactly.
And this was like Sinatra in the 50s, right? So
Yeah.
everybody, like, if you say no, you're never writing a song for anybody again. You know? So you kind of fucked a lot of people like
So
that.
imagine they take more advantage of it and then go after, let's say, a super young artist, doesn't know any better, buy his song for fucking pennies
Well,
on the
we
dollar.
do have the
you know?
internet now, though. That's the thing, right?
Yeah.
Like, if there's a lot of injustice, you can basically call it out, you know?
What do you mean by injustice, though?
Well, let's say some really low-key artist, like a SoundCloud guy, gets
Yeah.
his beats stolen by, I don't know, fucking A$AP Rocky or something.
Yeah.
There'd be a paper trail. You'd be able to tell that he uploaded the beats a year or two before they were released under Rocky.
I guess, but I want to say like at least unreleased. Unreleased, we would never know.
Oh, that's
you know?
that's a shady-ass move, bro.
Yeah.
If it's in the bank, yeah. Well, that's some good advice to those of you out there that have like unreleased banger music, bro.
That's what I'm saying.
Put it out there.
Because you never know if you want to sell it or if you want to keep it. Shit, you could be that next star if you believed in yourself rather than just give it away.
You know Paul McCartney, eh?
Yeah, Paul McCartney.
Okay, so Johnny Lennon passed away in 80, and 90% of the Beatles songs were McCartney-Lennon. So
Yeah.
the two of them wrote them, right? Now, obviously, Lennon's estate got access to a lot of them, but for the most part, McCartney had a huge amount of royalties, right?
Yeah.
And when record deals were made in the 60s, like the Rolling Stones, Elvis, Beatles, a lot of the contracts were totally shady, super shitty. So basically, the Beatles had this issue where they didn't even own their own songs, right? There's a huge catalog that they actually had to spend years buying back from the record label.
Yeah.
And then finally, McCartney had this huge catalog of like songs, or the label did, something like that. And he was friends with, ironically, Michael Jackson. Okay?
Oh, shit.
And he's like, you know, hey, Michael, what do you think I should do with it? Or whatever. And he's like, I was thinking about selling it. And Michael Jackson's like, yeah, you should totally put it on the market. You probably get like a lot of money for it. So Paul McCartney was something like that. I'm butchering a couple of details. But basically, Michael Jackson baited him into putting it on the market.
Yeah.
And then bought the whole catalog.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, so Michael Jackson owned the entire Beatles catalog.
What the fuck?
Isn't that fucked?
Nah, so now let's say this. Let's say it was originally owned by the Beatles.
Yeah.
Then it was owned by Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
What if it's now owned by Drake?
Well, get this, bro. Oh, true. No. I think McCartney ended up buying a lot of it back. He owns some songs.
Oh, yeah.
But it was like a total betrayal to him.
Damn.
Right? And then the reason this was very interesting for me, I got to experience it personally as a consumer, because as soon as Michael Jackson died, it would have been, when did he die? Like 2007?
2007.
Okay, so I was like, I don't know, 10 years old or whatever.
Maybe 2012 actually, was it?
Was it?
I don't remember.
We'll find out. But fucking, as soon as he died, all of a sudden I started seeing like commercials for like Target or Birthday City
Yeah.
that had fucking Beatles songs in them.
Oh.
But they were covers, right? So you'd hear like a da na na, here it's your birthday.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
the Target. It wouldn't be
Yeah.
the Beatles version. But since Michael Jackson's estate owned the royalties to the songs, they could decide if they would be used commercially. Certain bands are very like, fuck you, I don't want my song in a Pepsi commercial, right?
Yeah.
But he was dead and in a lot of debt.
Oh.
So one of the reasons they kept giving 50 minutes in, one of the reasons they kept giving Michael Jackson extensions on his loans is because they knew he owned this huge catalog, right? He was in a shitload of debt, but if he did have to default on it, the credit holders would have got access to his entire catalog of songs.
Yeah.
So they would have made their money back. As soon as he died, they're like, fuck it, let's just start throwing him in commercials.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's fucked.
So it was technically and still is for sale, which would mean that Drake probably has access to it.
Listen. If you're the greatest artist in the world, and you have a amount of money as Drake does, or whoever,
Yeah.
have all this money, and you want to be the greatest artist in the world, you would want to buy from the greats,
Dude. Well, why do you think they sample all these ancient records, bro?
Yeah, that's why too, right?
Like, think about a song like 99 Problems by Jay-Z.
Yeah.
Banger, right? Sampled from 3 different beats from the fucking 80s.
Yeah.
You know? I forgot about, or it's the motherfucking D-O-double-G.
Yeah.
That was a song from the 1960s. Like,
No way.
yeah, all the greatest beats were restructured. Like, that's why rap was so interesting, right? Because there's a lot of piracy before the internet, man. Like, years would go by before these original music copyright holders were like, wait a second, that sounds exactly like my fucking band's song.
Yeah.
You know? So now I think they make a lot of their beats on their own, though.
Yeah. I think though every single thing, there's no one piece of art that wasn't inspired or wasn't like taken from something, you know? Like there's no original idea no more, in my opinion.
Yeah, Avril Lavigne had a good quote. Do you know who Avril Lavigne is? Remember
Yeah,
her?
of course.
She,
Complicated.
yeah. Dude, it's from the song. She's like, chill out, it's all been done before.
Yeah.
Pretty classic line. I mean, for a band, there's 4 instruments, right? It's pretty hard to fucking... You're like, yeah, dude, you have drummer in your band, you're copying me, right?
No, but like even just the idea, like let's say the aesthetic, the vibe. Look at Kid Cudi. Kid Cudi inspired Travis Scott, right? Huge inspiration for Travis Scott. And then even when Travis became such as big as he is, Kid Cudi went back and took inspiration from Travis.
Right.
It kind of like made this weird circle of he was inspired by that, and now he's inspired by Travis because it's working.
Well, I suppose, yeah, inspiration is different than like blatant plagiarism, right?
Yeah.
Like, what if Kid Cudi had a bunch of like low-key sick songs? Travis just took them lyric for lyric, beat for beat. And Travis is huge, right? Huge fucking presence. And then Kid Cudi's fucked.
Yeah.
You know? And then Kid Cudi releases the same stuff again, and everybody's like, yo, dude, you're ripping off Travis.
Yeah, exactly.
You know? So music's tough, man.
I know. But even in anything, bro, I think Quentin Tarantino, Pablo Picasso actually said it too. The greatest artists in the world, or like the great artists, they steal.
Yeah.
They don't copy, they steal. Right? Like good artists copy, but great artists steal. So if you see any piece of one of Quentin Tarantino's movies, he takes inspiration from all of these other movies, old movies that he's watched before, the classics, and takes those little scenes, those little sequences, mix, mash, everything together, makes his own.
Yeah.
But we would never know because we just put it all together in a compilation.
Well, yeah.
Now it's like its own piece of work, but he actually stole the whole shit.
Has Tarantino ever stolen, like, I mean, a scene is one thing, but I mean, like, the whole piece, the whole thing?
I think Reservoir Dogs was inspired heavily by this Japanese film. I forgot exactly what it's called, but almost the whole plot was stolen.
I know, you know, The Departed, eh? Great fucking movie.
Yeah, that was stolen too.
Yeah, it was stolen, but they got paid out and they got credited for it. The guys that made it. Yeah, they did it proper. They did it proper, right? I don't know about Tarantino. Fuck, that guy's good.
He's good.
His movies are sick, bro.
And what's crazy, so he does that, right? And then going back to like that whole circle again, he'll make Kill Bill, which is like inspiration from all these kung fu movies, takes all of these sequences, scenes, and then you'll have a movie like Kung Fu Panda, which is like a satire on Kill Bill.
Is
like
it? I've never seen it, bro.
You never seen Kung Fu Panda?
No, bro.
Oh my god. But anyways, it's like it's pretty much like Kill Bill where they have like 5 or 6 like big killers, like assassins,
Okay.
like kung fu people, and then all of these sequences, like you know the guy with the long beard in Kill Bill 2.
Yeah. The ancient warrior guy.
So all of these characters, they're inspired, and then they just stole that. So it's like this constant cycle. Okay, that works, I'm gonna steal from you. This works, I'm gonna steal from you now, and it just keeps
Interesting.
going.
What's the level though? What's the level of stealing that's allowed? Like 50%, 60?
See, because look,
70?
I think it's allowed when you do a good job of hiding it.
Ah,
You know what I mean?
What if it's blatantly obvious?
If it's blatantly obvious, then it's trash. But in my opinion, if it's blatantly obvious, it will be trash. Like you'll see that it's trash.
Well, yeah, that's true. Yeah,
Right? Like it will look like a knockoff.
there's that old saying too, like R&D. You know what R&D stands for?
No, what's that?
Research
Like research
and
development? Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the joke is it's actually rip off and duplicate.
Where
Yeah, so that's the thing.
there's this book. It's called Principles of Art or something.
Ray Dalio principles? That's
I
a
forgot.
finance book.
I forgot. No, but it's an art book, art and design. And there's this whole section talking about mimicry.
Yeah.
And how everything is inspired. Like no matter what, everything is inspired, trying to mimic one thing and changing, I think 13 or 12% of the original. Just
Just
that
a
much,
little
just
bit,
a
eh?
little bit.
Whoa.
So
So
I
that would be
think-
the number, about 90%?
I forgot exactly.
Man, that's a lot though.
Yeah,
Fuck.
so Virgil Abloh, you know Virgil Abloh, right?
No.
What?
Don't know
Off-White,
Virgil Abloh.
Off-White.
Off-White? What's
Never heard of
Off-White?
Off-White?
What's Off-White?
Damn, bro, the designer.
No.
Okay, he's the
Well, you're a
direct-
design guy.
Yeah, he's the director of Louis Vuitton.
Oh, okay.
But anyways, he made this whole collab with Off-White and Nike, right?
Yeah.
And it was such a big thing and was so hype, sold out everywhere, blah, blah, blah. Became the most coveted sneaker. But really, he even said it himself in a Harvard lecture. He changed 12% of the shoe from the Jordan 1 Chicago and the Off-White Chicago. All he did was change 12%, kept everything else the same.
Yeah, but shoes are fucking, you put your
Yeah.
foot in it, bro. Like, how much can you really change a shoe?
Bro, there's a whole sneaker culture though.
You know about the sneaker culture, right?
Yeah, I'm huge into that.
True. I don't know.
Huge into that.
It's interesting. I normally I agree with all that. I guess it's there's like a fine art though, because the problem is artists aren't necessarily the best at business, and then business guys aren't the best at art. So you
Yeah.
take a business guy and then he sees all the work of the artist and he's like, well, I have the business skills, so I'm going to monetize all his art. But the artist gets fucked, and the artist has the creation itself.
Yeah.
But the business guy steals it and monetizes it. And we saw this play out in history many times, especially most publicly the music industry, bro.
Yeah,
You had all
exactly.
these really small artists that got absolutely ransacked by labels, right? But now we've come to a place where you can independently have your music out. And
Yeah.
we don't need labels anymore. But
And that's a better way to do it.
it is.
No matter what kind of artist you are.
Exactly.
Right? So my question for you is, which person are you?
Ooh.
Are you more of the business or more of the creative?
You know what's sad actually is I would say I'm the artist.
Yeah.
But as I go through life more, become more mature, then I become more on the business side. Because
Wow,
you
interesting.
can be an artist,
Yeah.
but you have to. It's like the laws of power. You kind of realize that if you're nice and pure, you get nowhere in life. So you actually kind of have to be a piece of shit and rip other people off.
You know what? I
That's
think
what business is.
Yeah. Honestly.
It's kind of fucked though,
But that's the reality of it, right?
Yeah,
That's the
yeah.
reality. Because the reality of being successful is taking somebody else's money.
Yeah.
That's what it is, yo.
That's true.
That's just like a nicer way of saying it, is like putting up, packaging it, whatever.
Yeah.
I'm taking advantage of you. That's what business is,
Exactly.
right?
It's tough to be like that in Canada though, because we're so nice here.
Yeah, I know.
Americans are different. You go hang out there for a while, you're like, yeah, fuck everybody. I'm gonna take their shit.
Yeah, that's true. That's why I'm scared. I don't know if I want to move to LA right away. I might change.
Well, you
up.
just got to go there with good people.
Yeah, that's facts.
I've had a couple buddies on this show actually recently too, and they all want to go to the States. And it's like such a random crew. Like one's a comedian, one's a basketball guy. You're a podcaster. So it'd be interesting to have like a group of like different skill set influencers go to the
you know
States.
what? I never seen a group or like a, how they have content houses and shit.
Yeah.
I haven't seen one like that
Where they have, like,
they're
different
all
people?
like different.
Because
I
there's
know
like TikTokers,
Yeah,
there's pranksters,
the gamers,
there's gamers. Bro, gaming is huge. Holy fuck. Yeah, I don't know.
the thing is though, what's cool, because the way I blew up on Jumpers Jump
Yeah.
is it's usually the opposite where you're popular and then you make a podcast.
Yeah.
I was never
You started
popular.
the other way, bro.
I went the opposite direction. I started the podcast and became popular from the podcast, and then now I'm here like, okay,
You're doing vlogs and shit.
I can do anything. I can do. Let me see. I can do vlogs. I've been doing clothing. I'm
you
gonna
did
do more
it
clothing.
backwards, bro.
Yeah,
That's
backwards.
very interesting.
Interesting, right?
Yeah, so years ago, when I started my original YouTube channel and I was doing like just drunk interviews, I actually had a podcast. I did 6 episodes. Yeah, 2017. But what we were talking about before the pod started, where cameras would restart and stop, and you know, I got sick of that shit. And the production was just, you know,
Your heart wasn't in it.
no, well, like I would do an interview that would take me like 5 or 6 hours to edit. I would do a podcast, and then the interview would get like 10,000 views. Podcast would get a couple hundred.
Oh,
which
true.
back then was really good.
Yeah.
But I was like, man, I just got to go with what's getting views. So for years, I pushed off restarting a podcast, and I was like, oh, I'll just get back to it one day. And then over those 4 years, I built the channel to a huge following. But I was like, man, my passion all along was in podcasting.
Word.
So I had to go back. It was like it was a very humbling and kind of like, I don't know. You have to see the grass on the other side. You think it's greener, and then you.
Yeah, I get you.
Yeah.
Because it will always come back no matter what your passion is. That's what my thing in life. I feel like even though I'm so young, I already know right away if I'm in love with something, I'm going to come back to it no matter what.
Well, podcasts are very sustainable.
Yeah.
Like I'm always going to love meeting interesting people and talking to them. The other pod I'm working on, it's kind of like yours. It's going to be me and my high school buddy just talking about random conspiracy theories, you know, like getting high and then talking about stupid stuff, making fun of each other.
Yeah.
And I'll be able to do that till I'm 100 years old.
Yeah.
But on my main channel, I don't want to prank people. I don't want to do pickup lines. I don't want to do drunk interviews that much longer, you know? So podcasts are built to last, buddy. And that's a lot of power too. You have to plan the end, or what is it? Plan all the way to the end?
Yeah, I guess so. But honestly, and anything you do, as long as you're selling your own personality,
Yeah.
then it will last.
Well, that's the thing with podcasts.
Yeah, because
You
that's
are
what
what
you
you
get to
are
see.
on a podcast.
Yeah.
Though it is true that different people can bring out different versions of you.
Word. You think that? I don't think that.
You don't think so?
I think no matter who I'm with, I'm always the same.
Interesting.
Like,
You're a chameleon.
yeah. No. Chameleon changes.
Oh.
Chameleon changes. So I'm the
Right.
opposite. Like me and my
you know
friend.
your lizards. There's a test.
Yeah. I guess.
Yeah.
Me and my friend Gavin were very different. He tells me like whenever I'm hanging with a certain group of friends, I'm gonna change for them. Or like I'm gonna talk about different things, whatever. No matter any person I meet, I'm still talking about the same shit. I'm still talking about conspiracy. I don't care how you think my alien theories are. You know what I mean?
Good.
So I look at there's this TikTok clip I saw with Drake and Kanye, and how no matter what song Kanye's on, he'll always sound the same. But take a look at Drake, right? He'll feature with Playboi Carti and then take on Carti's flow. But Kanye, he's always Kanye. So Kanye, he walks into the room and he makes the room. But Drake, he walks into the room, he adjusts to it.
Oh.
You know what I mean?
So what's better, you think?
I don't think there's anything that's better. It's just whatever you're more comfortable with. Right?
Interesting. Yeah, I like the idea of being the same around everybody. As you get older, you become like that.
Yeah.
Like, you ever notice, like, old people don't give a fuck? You're like,
Yeah,
yeah, that guy's
honestly.
savage, you know?
I know.
But he's just himself, right?
Yeah.
I think I like the idea of, like, so, for example, this other pod I'm starting, Friend Club, it's going to be me and my buddy, and we're going to be, like, laughing way more, joking way more, doing stuff way more.
Yeah.
Whereas this, depending the guest I have on, I'm a little bit more serious, right? Like, if I have a very scholarly professor or like an expert in a certain field, or they're telling like some kind of high level thing, I'm not making dick jokes and shit like that, right?
Oh, true.
Yeah, and I don't do that intentionally. It's just my body consciously adapts.
You want to adapt, yeah.
Yeah, it's like when you're with a chick that's your friend versus a chick you're trying to fuck. You consciously act differently.
Okay, my question for you, right? Because I struggle with this sometimes.
Yeah.
Is when you want to create, let's say you're having like 3 podcasts, right?
Yeah.
When you want to create all these 3 podcasts, does it ever feel wrong where like, damn, now I got to put myself into this person? Because
That's a good question.
that's how I see it, right? Because
Yeah.
if I'm gonna have a podcast, I'm always gonna be the same.
Right.
So I'm like, I'm gonna keep it the same on one.
Yeah.
No matter what I want to talk about, I'm gonna talk about it.
Right. Okay. Well, one thing like I was alluding to before,
Yeah.
you have different chemistry with different people.
Very true.
Like some
Very
people
true.
you probably talk to, you're like, fuck, man, like this guy's a brick wall.
Yeah.
It just don't click.
Uh-huh.
Other people you can get along with, your jokes land, they get it, they hit stuff you're talking about from different angles, and you guys have like chemistry, right?
Yeah.
So I guess the idea with podcasts, and we talked about this a little bit before, we were talking about shorts and whatnot. Basically how YouTube works is they throw you into a certain niche,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And they recommend you based on that niche. So if you have a channel that does a bunch of different stuff, it fucks up your channel because they
Yeah.
don't know who to recommend it to, right? So you have Jumpers Jump, which
Yeah.
I would say would be like a pop culture / comedy podcast.
Yeah, yeah.
So they very well know where to recommend you on YouTube. You upload the same time every week. YouTube picks up on that. They're like, okay, he's gonna, just like the Google Maps, like 80% chance they upload on a Sunday. It's this niche, this topic. Like they know your audience, right?
Yeah.
But if you started interviewing athletes, okay, then they would be like, well, athletes want to see this. So they're gonna show it to the comedy pop culture people, but it's not gonna do as well with them.
When
So, but you're gonna try and market it towards athletes. So then they're gonna be like, okay, well, we'll show it to a little bit of athletes, a little bit of these guys, but the views will go down, right?
Oh, okay.
So the idea with, because like my main channel has almost 1 million followers, right?
Yeah.
I could have easily just started doing podcasts on it, pranks, whatever.
But it would fluctuate because like they're
It
not
would
there for that, right?
Because I learned that the hard way. I used to do podcasts on it. I did vlogs. I did drunk interviews, pickup lines, pranks, and then like 1.5 hour long documentaries.
And you gotta separate that.
They would all go to different parts of YouTube, right? But now I'm gonna have this podcast for this, different podcasts for like comedy shit, and then I'm gonna have a third podcast which is for male self-improvement actually. So it's gonna be like educational, dating advice, social skills, stuff like that, and each one of them will hit a different part of YouTube, and that way YouTube knows how to recommend it. And maybe there's people that don't think you're funny, but they love it when you talk to athletes. They know where to go. Whereas if you put it all on the same channel, they're going to skip that video. The views are going to be low.
That's true. Very
YouTube
true.
gets confused. That's my take on it anyway.
Well, what do you think about Joe Rogan though? Because Joe Rogan, he's like Joe Rogan, but he interviews everything. Comedians, athletes, whatever.
Well, at the end of the day, he's a high level interviewer. When you go to see him, you know that you're going to see a high level achiever in whatever field. And the thing with Joe that's so special too is he's obviously an expert in some fields, but he has everybody on. Right. And he has people on that he doesn't care how much their following is, just if they're interesting. He's had guys on that don't even have social media. Like he had this one guy on from Canada that did like Naked and Afraid. He lived in a bush for 2 months. Yeah, like some crazy hunter dude that goes to the woods, makes a bow and arrow and fishes with it. He's had guys on like that, and then he'll have on, Jamie Foxx. Right. So I think he gets away with it. He was also a creator of his whole niche. But for the most part, you're going to want a niche. And he's already had fuck you money before. So
that's true.
He doesn't care.
That's true.
Yeah.
Because who do you look up to in like the podcast realm? Because for me, it's Joe Rogan. Like I want to be the Filipino Joe Rogan.
Yeah. Joe Rogan, man. That's it. Joe Rogan. I like history podcasts too. I like the marketing style of your guys' stuff. That inspired me a lot. Like when I had a guy chopping my shit, I was like sending him examples. And I was like, yo, like do it like this. And then there's another podcast called Come Town. I don't know if you ever heard of them.
I think I heard of them.
Bro, it's just pure degeneracy. I don't, honestly, man, I don't consume that much content. Like, I think there's 3 types of people. There's people that consume content. That's like 80% of people. There's people that consume and they create. That's like 20 or, I'm sorry, my math, 15%. And then there's people that just create. And
so is that you?
Yeah, that's me, bro.
Word. Because this is where I see like the moment I take a step back and stop consuming content is where I fall off a little bit off the trail.
Well, you have it set up in a good way though. You have a Discord that provides you theories. You have friends you hang out with and they tell you what's going on.
True.
Yeah.
But don't you always want to be looking at everybody else? Don't you want to see what they're up to because maybe you can do it better?
To an extent, yeah, but like it started to affect my mental health, bro. Because you got to remember, we're still monkeys. We have this little device. Our brains don't understand that those people on Instagram actually aren't that happy. We just think, oh, like, they got this, I don't have that.
Because I'm still young in the game. So what's some advice from you? Like, you tell me.
I think you're doing pretty good. I'd say find ways to get people to bring this stuff to you, so you don't have to go searching for it. You know, because like let's say you're going on TikTok looking for theories.
Yeah.
You're gonna be on there. Next thing you know, you're on there 45 minutes watching useless shit, right?
Man, true.
Now, when you have to do hard work like edit or whatever, you're not gonna want to. Your dopamine blown out. Your motor skills are used to that.
I do have an editor though. That's one thing I do have.
You do have an editor.
Yeah, I do have.
Oh, I thought you edited.
No, I edited the TikToks though.
You edit the TikTok.
I did the TikToks, but like the what do you call it? The whole podcast editor.
Okay, real quick before we wrap up, I feel we barely even talked about your fucking podcast.
It's all good. It's all good.
We just went down the rabbit hole. Fucking so. Walk me through the workflow of your actual podcast, because I'm curious from somebody that's, you know, adapting. So I'm gonna have a couple podcasts, right?
Yeah.
I figure you set up 2 cameras. Obviously, you got you and your buddy Gavin, and then you basically, in order to save time or when the cameras stop recording, you just do the old switcheroo. How much raw footage do you have before you cut down to a certain amount?
Honestly, we cut maybe like 5 minutes.
That's it, eh?
That's it.
So what do you cut? Stutters,
Nah,
swear
yeah,
words,
just
shit like that?
Yeah, just like, or stuff that we say and then they're like, oh, maybe we should cut it out. Maybe you should like leave that part out. Or we cut out names, certain things.
Details.
Yeah, details.
Interesting. And how long before you were comfortable doing that? Like, I imagine your first couple episodes, you're probably like, at some point, like, fuck, this might be boring. I don't want people to tune out here.
Here's the whole thing. So when I started the podcast, it was supposed to be a streetwear podcast.
Whoa.
It was supposed to be a streetwear, like strictly streetwear, because I was into fashion. I was into all that, right?
Yeah.
And we did the first episode. That shit was so boring to me. Like, it didn't feel right to me. You know? It was like, man, I don't want to keep doing this. So I just made it, okay, what am I into? What do I want to talk about? Rather than what is the topic of the podcast? Like, let's say we wanted to make it a streetwear podcast. Fuck. Now I got to go, okay, what's going on in streetwear? Now I got to do like, okay, what do they like in streetwear? But there's only so much you can do, and there's only so much like I care about.
Right.
You get me? But if it's like Jumpers Jump, talk about conspiracies. I just love conspiracies in general.
Yeah, dude, conspiracies are the best, bro.
I just took my personality and I just put it out. Like, we didn't even start talking about conspiracies until episode 2. That's just because like,
well, I just had what was on your mind.
Yeah, it was on my mind.
That's your default.
Exactly. So I started talking about like ghost stories or whatever. And then like, okay, yeah, that's what I like to talk about it. And then
people reaffirm that, and you're like, yo, they like this.
And it shows up.
That's what happened with some of the stuff I did. Like all these like pranks. Basically, you're going up to somebody you don't know, talking to them. It's all like sales and social skills. But a lot of people would watch them unintentionally to learn how to talk to people.
Yeah.
So a lot of people struggle with social skills. So it was like, holy shit, light bulb. So I started.
That's so true. I used to do that, eh?
Really?
I used to do that.
No
like,
way.
Because I was kind of a shy guy.
Yeah.
And when I wanted to learn how to get better with communicating, talking to girls, whatever, I'd look at content of people doing it well. So I'd look at like prank videos. I'd look at freaking one of my favorites was Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. I used to watch all of Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, try to pick up, okay, Will Smith talks to girls like that, I'm gonna talk to girls like that.
But then Will Smith ends up being a cuck.
Nah, fuck.
No, allegedly. Love you, Will
when
Smith.
When he was younger, he was a demon. You know, when he was younger.
Yeah.
But when he gets locked down, it's a different story.
Yeah. That's one of the fucking rabbit holes you don't want to go down too.
Yeah.
Marriage long term and gets tricky. That's a story for another day.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's interesting, man. Fuck. Well, guys, be sure to check out Jumpers Jump. Carlos Juico.
Yeah, Carlos Juico.
Juico, buddy.
Thank you everyone for watching. Check me out on Instagram. Check me out on YouTube. Jumpers Jump, Carlos Juico.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm always on TikTok. You probably see me there.
We're going to do another one of these soon, guys. There's way more conspiracy theories we have to dive into. We didn't even finish the World War III thing, buddy.
Oh, yeah, we did.
No, there's more to come, guys. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. If you're watching on YouTube, hit the like button, drop a comment. Best way for these to grow is to share it with your friends. So tell them you're a friend of Jack and that your buddy Jack started a podcast. Check it out. If you're on Apple, give a fucking 5-star review. And if you made it this far in the video, comment King of the North so I know who the real ones are. I'll see you guys next week. Peace.
Later.